Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. 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 Om Shri Mahalakshmi.
All right, hello. Hello, guys. Happy February the 2nd, 2019. Before I got some readings done for the channel, I wanted you guys to I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that you still have 2 days. Okay, still have 2 days until probably around maybe around, hold on a second, guys, this TV is very loud. Good Lord. Crap was loud. Sorry about that. Hello, Chanel. Hello, Nikki. Welcome to the chat, you guys. So I will be doing a ritual on February the 2nd. And these group rituals that I do, you can look at them as like a booster. Okay, it's kind of what I would look at them as, is like a booster. Okay. And basically, this is what I want you to know. Whenever you're hiring a practitioner to do for you, your practitioner should be focusing on removing anything that is hindering you, unblocking anything that is stopping you. But then your practitioner also should be giving to you. So what you do in the what happens during the exchange between a practitioner and a client? Basically, the client comes and that client pays for energy, you know? And so what's going to happen energetically is either, and well, I'll just say that for me. Either I am going to be removing something that is bad for you, or either I am going to be feeding you energy. Please understand that this ritual is going to feed you. It's going to feed your spirits, and it's going to feed you. Okay? Because it takes a lot of work and a lot of preparation to go into doing these rituals and stuff. And so it's not something that is just, you know, unless it's something that you're used to doing, then you can make it look easy, but it's, you know, it's work. Now, one of the reasons why I want to work with this particular moon for myself as well is because we're going to be dealing with Aquarius energy. We will have a new moon in Aquarius. And so this is why you have to look at what is, you know, what is the energies that are present. So basically, whenever you hear practitioners saying new moon in Scorpio or new moon in Sagittarius, that means that there are going to be certain energies coming from that particular star system, that particular constellation, as well as that particular planet. So this one is going to be very powerful because it represents originality. So Uranus, so Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. The element is air and the symbol is the water bearer. Okay. So not only are we going to have a new moon in Aquarius, but we are also in Aquarius time period. So right now we are in Aquarius because Aquarius is from January the 20th through February the 18th. Okay. So we're actually going to be talking to the Aquariuses today a little bit later over on Blog Talk. I have a little bit of Aquarius in my chart, like a little bit. I'm mainly Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio. I have a lot of Taurus and Gemini is dominant in my chart. Okay. So anyway, we're not talking about charts. We're talking about the energies that are going to be present universal. So what a practitioner can do, and that is going to be me, what I do is I grasp and I harness those universal energies, and then I feed them to you. So the ritual is just not so that you can help me buy groceries, because I'm just going to give like regular offerings to the spirits. I give them milk, I give them bread, I give them herbs, I give them, certain offerings. Okay. There are a lot of people that will tell you, oh, well, you're going to need to sacrifice this or that. And it depends on how you look at it. If you perceive it that way, then that is what it is. Okay. So where I'm from, the money is the sacrifice, because the money, it's not even a sacrifice. The money is a blessing. So the reason why you're able to be freed of this spiritual stuff is because of the money that you're paying. So you don't have to sacrifice anything else except for your money. That's the reality of it, you know. The energies that we're going to be harnessing is going to be release. And so a release is going to give you a boost to separate from things that you're good, Alyssa. Welcome. Releasing is going to give you the energy of a release. Now, if you are someone that needs a cord cutting or a cleanse, I would suggest that you just get a consultation for the cleanse. If there's any excess energy that you want to release that is bad, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you right now that whenever you send me money, you're sending me energy. So whatever it is, I get sent that energy. Well, what I do with the energy, even if it's bad, is I transmute it, so I change it. So yeah, the only energy that I get from you is that negative energy. And what we do is we flip it and we turn it, and then you benefit from it. Okay. So the whole purpose of the ritual is to release yourself from anything that you feel is holding you back. Okay. Anything that you feel is holding you back. Okay. Anything that you've confirmed is holding you back. You need to get that confirmed with somebody so that you can know for sure what it is. Okay. Because, I'm going to tell you something. I have several enemies on YouTube that do move in silence, but I know every last one of them. So a lot of them think that they're just doing things and I don't know about them, but I do. It's just that things need to be handled one at a time. So a lot of the times, guys, let me just tell you about that when it comes to that. Releasing yourself from negative associations is releasing yourself from a bondage and releasing yourself from being fed up on. Okay. To get a consultation, Alyssa, you just go to the website and go to my readings tab, and you'll see consultation on there. Yeah. Basically, you go to the website, you place the order, and then I send you the booking link for you to schedule your appointment. My consultations are usually done either by phone or by Skype. Okay. So the energies of this new moon, it provides you with a boost, is basically what it does. And so that is the whole point of doing the group rituals, okay? Is if you have something, let's say that, you know, you want to, let's say it's something as simple as, you know, you want to stop looking at bad news, because that's the problem. A lot of us are addicted to the drama. You're releasing yourself from something negative that is feeding off of you. Okay. So doing it as a group ritual does combine those energies, and it does make it stronger. So that's the whole point of, including other people in the ritual. And it's something that I don't have to do. I don't have to do group rituals. These are things that it's basically what it is it's going to depend on your intent. Either you want to release yourself from something, or you may need to release, or you may need to banish. Some of you may need to banish. Okay. Now, these are things that are within you. This is not going to be a specific work that we're going to do on somebody else. This is going to be work done on yourself specifically. So basically, the energies that are going to be present on February the 4th during the new moon, these energies are going to have something to do with spirit versus reality. And then it's also going to have something to do with manifesting what it is that you want, manifesting the reality that you want. Also, for a lot of you, empaths and psychics, a lot of you have banishing to do. You need to release. So this is the whole point of doing group rituals. Okay. The energies are a lot more potent during the new moon. The new moon is actually my favorite to work with. Full moon is okay, but it's, I have a preference for the new moon because it's where you can start new beginnings. Okay. So it's basically, if you want a new beginning, okay, new beginning for things to get better. Okay. For what in the world? I don't know who that is. I don't recognize that person at all. I don't know about. Okay. So, it is going to have a road opening effect. So there will be several intents that we'll be doing, because basically what is happening is information. So the energies that are going to be present that day, it is going to be messages and energies that are going to be from your spirit guides. You can be, the inspiration, Aquarius information, the Aquarius energy within itself. Okay. Especially when you think about it being connected to Uranus. Okay. So it's about originality and freedom and revolution, which is very important for me because I was one of the people that people wanted to keep as some kind of physical and spiritual enslavement, is how I felt my entire life, being the person that I am with the spiritual gifts that I have. And there's been a lot of people that have been trying to steal those spiritual gifts and then live within my timeline, like not my timeline, but just live my life while they try to transfer their life to me, which is very bizarre, to say the least. It's very bizarre, but it's happening. People trying to switch places with people. Okay. So, my Uranus is actually in Scorpio, which is why I'm very good again at doing what I do. Because, and see, this is one of the reasons why I am such a powerful practitioner. If you look at my chart, you'll see nothing but power, power, respect, all through my chart. So that's why a lot of people want to say, oh, well, I don't go by zodiac sign anymore. Oh, I don't do the zodiac sign thing anymore. You know, people be trying to act like they above it all. Oh, I'm above this whole thing. I don't do cards or anything. I just know all and I am all. And you know, it's kind of like, no, you don't know it all. Is it okay if we don't get the consultation? I can only afford to do the ritual. Of course, of course. If you guys want to get a ritual, and I've done that for several people. So I don't always require a consultation for your work. Okay. Now, obviously, I do want to know what your intent is. So I'm going to need to speak to you. But, and so that's usually when people do that, I just call them and say, hey, I got your order. Yeah, exactly. Because I've noticed that. I have noticed people doing that. So you've got people that they're saying that they don't believe in the zodiac, but yet they're looking up at the stars and they're saying that we're supposed to be interpreting, but what exactly are we supposed to be interpreting? So there's a lot of people that are on different stuff. See, I deal with universal energies. There's a lot of people that the only thing they have is society and its rules. And so they done went by those rules. They, you know, they're just, you know, that's where they're at. Okay. They're in the corner. Okay. They got put in the corner. So there's other ones of us that we work with the universe. So being that I am working with the new moon in Aquarius, these are universal healing energies, happiness, tranquility. So you'll be a part of that. Okay. And, you know, it's going to help you, you know, at least up until that next full moon, you'll see a difference, or you'll see what you want to manifest. Normally what happens is that it'll manifest itself during that next moon cycle. So usually what I see with spell work is that, except for cleanses, because cleanses are very instant. If I cleanse you of a negative spirit or demon, I have banished it. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I can never say that planet without laughing. Uranus. Yeah, Uranus, exactly. You know, and it's so weird because that planet is pronounced your anus, but it's associated with your self, your individuality. Okay. And so for a lot of you that want to be that you want an extra boost of help if you're dealing with your narcissistic family, you know, people that's always preying on your downfall, you know, so that's what I'm doing. I'm working on stuff like that. And then also banishing and releasing myself, which I've kind of already started working on that. But the ritual is kind of already started, to be honest with you, because we had to get like a head start. because they were planning on trying to steal those energies from us who have access to it. So what they do is they tell you that we're crazy. They say, oh, there's no fairies. There's no nothing. There's no any of that. But then what they do is they look at us, call us crazy, but then they steal from us behind the scenes and under the table. Okay? So those are the people that you don't want to mess with. You don't want to deal with people like that because they up to no good. Okay? So another thing that we're going to be working on is manifestation. Okay? And so whatever it is that makes you happy, you know, now, like I said, you guys can contribute as much as you want towards the, you know, as towards it energetically. It's going to be up to you. I'm contributing all of my energy to it. Okay. And if you notice, things are much more powerful because I feel like you, well, and you know what, this is going to be for people that are advanced. For example, if you say, well, you know what, I want to see that whatever it is that you want, whatever it is, it's like a wishing well. And there is going to be a lot of angelic energy that's going on that day. Some of the other universal energies, because I haven't really thrown my my oracle cards. I haven't thrown them for these energies. So this is the reason why I'm working with this moon, because it is in Aquarius and because I am wanting to be free. I want freedom. Okay. Who thinks that they own me? My family. My family thinks they own me. Okay. And your family doesn't own you just because you're special. Okay. They've been knowing you special for years, but they don't own you. So we're going to be using lots of different candles, lots of different things that we're going to be talking to the spirits about that we're already talking to them about. Okay. So as soon as you know, get into it, as soon as you know, go to the website and you place your order, you're already experiencing the benefits. Okay. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels. What messages do you have for February the 4th, the universe? I already know that Archangel Raphael is going to come out in this reading because we're going to be doing a lot of work. The moon goddess came up, the root chakra. So some of you that want to be released, some of you that want to go ahead and clear up that residual energy that's on your root chakra. Okay, that's cool, Alyssa. And then what I'll do is I'll call you. Okay, I'll call you as soon as I'm done with this hangout. Which one are you ordering again? The release card came up, guys. The moon goddess card. I'm sorry I'm not on camera. I'm kind of half naked because I'm in the middle of ritual. The moon goddess card, the root chakra card came up inverted, and then the release card. So I can do readings with these cards as well. The release card represents releasing yourself from things that does not serve your higher divine purpose. This is so important because a lot of you are going to be the Five of Pentacles in 2020. Everything that you do this year is going to count. Every move you make, every step you take. Seriously, this is serious stuff. And you know what? There's a lot of people that might be out on their butts in just a few months. We got the release card, and then the wheel of life came up. So again, okay, cool, Alyssa. I'll be looking for you. You don't need the consultation to do the ritual, guys. You do not need a consultation to get in on this group ritual. No, you do not. You just go to the website and then email me, or either I'll just email me your intent, because I didn't, you know what, actually, you can just, I'll just email you or something. or either we'll talk or something, and we'll I'll call you. But I usually like to have it by email because writing stuff down and then typing it is very powerful. So when when you do that, it's but don't worry about the other thing, because I'll fix that and update that for you guys to put in your intent later, because I still have a couple of more days to do that. I had forgot to do it when I had put it up on the website. So the wheel of life comes up. So what this is manifestate. There's a lot of universal energies that are going to be available, and they are going to be available through my spirit guides. It's going to be healing, release. Those of you, I noticed that there was a lot of people that were having back pain the other day because all of a sudden my back started hurting. My back never hurts, but that lets me know what's going on. Also, this moon goddess card comes up. And so what this is a spirit guide. This is associated with the divine feminine. So those of you that, releasing your fears, you can release fears. Okay, that's one thing that you got to release yourselves from. You know that fear is not, we're not supposed to have fear. That's actually a mistake. Fear is what creates wars. Fear is what has created all sorts of stuff, because there is no death, guys. Like people, and I'm just keeping it real with you, like y'all confused about that. A lot of Christians, they took everything literal. And that's not what it's about. That's not what it is about. Okay. It is not about literal, actual physical death. There is no physical death. There is actually no physical death. Okay. It isn't. It's not even a physical death. There's no death doesn't even really exist. Death is a doorway. That's it. Nothing actually dies. It just changes form. It changes into something else. So a lot of people are afraid. You have these fears. If you want to know when you're going to die, just ask the spirits. I'll do a show tonight. I know that's right, girl. You are definitely going to feel the difference. I'm telling you. Once you sign up for it, once you get a taste of it, a lot of people that work with me, they just want more. And the reason why is because I'm feeding you. I feed people all the time. I don't even mind feeding people. That's who I am. Okay. Yep. I got it, Alyssa. I'll call you and touch base with you when I'm done with this. Okay. We're supposed to feed off of each other. It's the people that take too much. You're not supposed to take too much. They're taking. They're just taking and taking and taking, and it's just not cool. Okay. So I don't take from anybody. I give. And then the reason why is because all of these energies are available in the universe. For example, during the new moon, we're going to be able to have, any kind of vision or dream that you have is going to be kickstarted. So after that, there will be, certain things that will happen that will start to be conducive to the things that you want to manifest. Okay. So, so the wheel of life tells me that my spirits are saying that there's going to be an abundance that you're going to get. Wheel of life is just like the wheel of fortune. So my spirits are basically, they're giving out blessings, you know what I'm saying? But not in a sense of it's free completely, because you have to, and I know y'all thinking, well, why isn't it free then? Well, because nothing is free. Nothing is free. It's not even free to me. Okay, it's not. I had to pay to find out my own knowledge of self. Okay. I had to pay somebody for that. You know what I had to go through to find my spiritual self? Y'all don't even want to know my story. I met myself in Kansas City as an older person. It was so weird. There's a lot of different people that you meet in this world that are a mirror and a reflection of you. Okay. So yeah, definitely make sure that you go and you sign up for the ritual that's in a couple of days. And does it make you feel, because literally what I've noticed is that whenever my people, you know how when you pay for something, that's why I'm going to tell people, you people that's getting your income tax checks, invest in your spiritual self. It's worth it. Because if your spirits ain't right, ain't nothing going to be right. So focus on that is what you should focus on. And then everything else will line up properly. It'll just have a domino effect, a positive domino effect. So what my clients always tell me is they say, okay, whenever they pay for their cleanse, they're like, they feel a weight lifted off of them. So Alyssa, how do you feel? Because a lot of people may, you know, if you ever feel fear, then you're going to be released from that. Magical. I know that's right. That's a good answer. Exactly. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with magic. It really isn't. It's beautiful. Magic is beautiful. We're going to be making magic in a couple of days. So I'm going to be getting rest and stuff, getting prepared for that ritual. And then because I'm going to be doing that ritual along with other rituals. So if you guys are wanting other types of rituals as well, I'm going to be getting a lot of stuff done that day. So that's why I've been doing a lot of resting. I haven't really been doing a whole lot of readings and stuff. And the spirits is kind of like clearing things out so that, you know, so that I can, you know, have the energy and just be ready on that day. And it is going to be very beautiful. And the main thing that I can sense that's coming is happiness. Like that is what, like I'm talking about, like, you know how when you just, you know how like when you were a kid and you ran outside and you picked a honeysuckle and you ate it and you didn't have no worries in the world. That is what we should all be like. Exactly, Alyssa. You should feel like you're in a fairy tale. That's the way that you should feel every single day. There is nothing wrong with wanting that. If a lot of people, if somebody tells you, oh, well, you're deluding yourself and you're delusional, well, then, hey, at least your delusion is a good one. Okay. And it don't even have to be a delusion. You can actually live like a princess in a fairy tale. You can live that life. You can actually manifest it. Because that's all they told me my whole life was that I wasn't going to never be nothing. I wasn't going to amount to nothing. Because I was a high school dropout. Or because I liked boys and, you know, oh, you just going to be a little slut, you know, or something like that, you know. And so, and all of the good girls went to church and, you know, they're married to Jesus, you know. And so that's how I was raised. I was raised to feel bad about myself because of my spiritual gifts. And everything that went wrong around me, I was blamed for it. Please believe that. And it was because they knew that I was touched by an angel. Yeah. And, you know, I didn't mean to separate myself from anybody in that way. I wanted them to respect my journey and respect who I was. But, you know, it was a long running kind of joke in the family that I couldn't give people advice. And then now look at what I'm doing. So it was almost like they purposely, you know, everything that you went through led up to the moment that you're making these decisions that change your life. So I'm not even angry at them about that. I'm not even angry at them about that. I remember my grandmother, my grandma told me, I said, Grandma, I said, I'm going to get my GED because I had dropped out of school and, you know, started working. And, you know, my grandma, she said, you ain't going to do nothing. And lo and behold, I was basically forced to get my GED eventually because I had gotten fired from my job. I had a good job too, y'all. I've always been blessed with good jobs, but I lied on the application. And the lady in human resource, she said, but why did you lie? Like the job don't even require for you to have a high school diploma, just experience. And so it was a learning experience for me. But I've transcended past that. Like now that I'm 41, I used to be that person that wanted a job. There's nothing wrong with wanting a job. So I would never sit up here and tell you, well, you just got a job, so that ain't good. No, I would never tell nobody that because work. But now I will tell you that a lot of my peeps that come to me, like yesterday when y'all were listening to the readings, a lot of them are going on the journey to opening their own business, and that is prosperity. Okay, so a lot of the ideas that people have, they think a lot of people will say, well, how everybody gonna have their own business? Well, just watch. Okay, it's coming. For sure it's coming. And if you're at a place right now where you have a job and you feel like you're not, the only thing that I tell you is to make sure you're getting paid for what you're worth, because they won't pay you what you're worth. You know, sometimes. Not unless you have some fancy degree or something, you know. Mm-hmm. Here you go, Lenny. When you're around someone and you feel drained in their presence or their house, I feel like I'm in bondage. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to make sure you need to open up all the windows. Can you open up the windows, Chanel? You need to open up the windows and let some fresh air in. Okay. That's very important. Stepping outside to get fresh air is very important. So you need to air out the house. Both of you need cleanses, but the person that you're around, that person is hexed. It's a demon that's attached to that person and it's draining you. Okay. It is. Excuse me, guys. I have really bad allergies, and right now my office is right by the return vent, and I haven't changed my filter in about 6 months. So I need to get the filter changed in the little HVAC box. I need to change the filter because that's something that I do. Like, actually, I need to do it every 3 months. So if you guys have really bad allergies, change your filters like every 3 months, and don't get those little cheap filters. Get the actual good filters, okay? Because that can save your life. Because you know the stuff that they are transmitting in the air and it is very vibrational. It is, and they will mess with your frequencies if you allow them. Oh, it's your mother. Oh, yeah. She's hexed, and so both of y'all are walking in a hex, and that's what that's about, Chanel. So you're gonna need that that generational hex remover. Okay. The gen hex remover is what you need, is what I call it for short. So basically I'm removing bad spirits is what I do. I get rid of them. And I tell them, hey, listen, you got to release your hold on these people. Yeah. You've been a victim. Yeah. And so that energy, energetically, that can make you, it can drain you because it's attached to you. Okay. It's attached to your root chakra is what it attaches to. Okay. And so, Do you have children, Chanel? Because it'll definitely attach itself to your children. I was very ignorant when I began giving birth. There's nothing wrong with giving birth to children. To all of you women out there that feel bad because you've given birth, there's nothing wrong with you. It was the fact that you gave birth to your children while under a curse. It doesn't mean that you just didn't know. You didn't know like I didn't know. Okay. And so a lot of our mothers, they were scared because they felt that they were old and they were sick. And they felt like, okay, good. Well, that's good. You don't have children yet. Because once you have them, you know, and see, this is why you see a lot of people that have those gen hexes on them. They'll have a lot of children, a lot of them, you know, and because the entity wants you to have children, it encourages it. It encourages you to have it. It rushes the younger folks to have children even younger. It does, because it needs fresh meat to feed on. So when you tell that demon, no, you're not going to feed off of my child. No, you're not going to feed off of my family. No, you're not. Then the demon will start to realize that it can't feed off of you. And then when your body heals, then it's harder for it to feed off of you. When you heal completely, then it's got to break you down again. And it don't want to do that. So that's why it constantly wants to reopen wounds over and over and over and over again. And it's desperate. It cannot live without you as a divine person walking this earth. That entity can't survive without you. So that's why it stays connected. Okay. You notice how, Archangel Raphael was at the bottom of the deck and came up. So Archangel Raphael is like, he's been possessing me here lately. So, there's some gifts, and then Archangel Michael was right behind him in the deck. That's very interesting. So both of them came up because we're going to be working with both of them simultaneously. So healing, those of you that need quick money, you don't have enough money to cover your bills. You can get involved with this because it'll give you that increase and that boost. Okay. You did a St. Michael. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. And he's answering your prayers because he brought you to me. Okay. Because what you have to do is there has to be some kind of ritual. Rituals are very powerful. It has to be some kind of ritual to remove that from you. Okay. Very important. Very important for the communication. Okay. Because a practitioner is not going to pray it away. A practitioner is going to make it go away. Okay. And when it comes to curses and hexes and jinxes, it's all about the way you look at it. It's all about the way you look at it. So there's certain things that, like a lot of my knowledge that I have of witchcraft and why my spells work. I don't give it out, but I can tell you that it's all about your perception. Perception is everything. And then perception of yourself and your abilities. If you go into a ritual scared and, then the enemy is going to wear you out and it's going to just drain you again, which is what it does. So for me, what I can sense is, and you know what, anxiety attacks, they're draining you when you're having your anxiety too. They're draining you when you're having those. Okay. With some of it depends, because if you have an anxiety attack that leaves you wore out and drained, then you know the difference between that and maybe just some ordinary information that you may have gotten. But you may want to ask your spirits, So it just depends. It really does. That's why I do individual counseling work with people. And I'll always do that. I don't do everything as a group. I do individual counseling, spiritual counseling with people. And I've had some people that, it's a very scary thing when you having one of them anxiety attacks. I've actually hyperventilated before. And hyperventilation is scary as heck. Okay. Yeah, cleansing baths are amazing, but you want to have something that's more permanent. The candle work is more permanent because it's all going to ash. But it turns into ash. It turns that energy into dust. Okay? So the candle work, the ritual work, the bath is going to cleanse it out of you. That's good, but when it's a hex, it's going to keep reattaching. Because a hex is like it's just like a circle, right? It's a vortex. It's a circle, and it just spinning around, and it's got you and your family members in it, and it's not a good thing. It's not. And you know what? I've seen a lot of people take spiritual advantage of people. When I look at you guys as hexes that you have on it, it was put on you by another spiritualist. So a lot of people are very asleep on the fact that a lot of people do magic. They either do it themselves or they go to other people to get it done. Okay. I was lucky enough to be born with a lot of energy. So this is the reason why I was able to wrestle with a lion is basically what it was. Okay. So my spirits have tested me consistently. They test me a lot, and that's okay because that is what teaches you. So the initiation has been life for many of us. It's just been life. We were initiated differently than other people. Okay. That is the poverty demon at work. Whenever you have problems at your job, it's the poverty demon. There is a poverty demon. I'm surprised that we haven't named it. We need to call it out on its name. And the poverty demon is rich, but everybody that it steals from is poor. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I've dubbed some people as the poverty demon, but I'm talking about the original essence and energy of that is over everybody that lacks. Okay? That energy. And see, this is why I've got to get somewhere where I can do my rituals more so in private. Because some of these rituals need to be done by bonfire. So I really wouldn't be able to do a bonfire in my backyard, but my house that I'm getting, I'm going to make sure that I got a nice spacious backyard, because to be honest with you, location is everything. And when it comes to ritual work. And so I'm working on that, but we're all pretty much at a crossroads right now. There's a lot of people that, I don't know. I feel like there are certain people that are meant to come to me, and then there's certain people that are meant to go to other people. And I think that people should stop trying to interfere with that. Okay. If you're interfering with somebody else, then you need to be interrupted and checked at the end of the day. And, it's just the reality of it. I've seen it happen so many times, guys. I've seen it happen. I've seen people interfere with other people's stuff, and those people ended up messed up. And hey, I'm sorry. They say that those cards They say that the tarot cards is just for entertainment purposes, but they're not. Those cards are eerily accurate. Okay. So anyway, guys, let's do some readings. I am going to get some work for a client done over here and make a couple of phone calls and eat something because I need to put something on my stomach so I can have some energy from food. That's where you're supposed to get your energy from, is your food. There's a lot of people doing stuff backwards. Your food gives you energy, and the herbs that you feed your food, okay? Chanel, you can go to my website. The link is in the video description box below. I will link it to you here. You can actually go to my website and you can get a consultation, okay? Because Archangel Raphael definitely is wanting to see more healings this year. In fact, a lot of my work is going to go towards healing. Okay, a lot of it. So I do have the Serenity, Peace, and Tranquility Healing Aura Cleanse and Chakra ritual. I love doing them. That's one of my favorite rituals, as well as the Generational Hex Remover. Because when, you know, the more people that I release from that crap, the better that I feel. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very real. You just can't see it. So I'll link my consultation. If it, like I was saying to Alyssa, to do the manifestation, the ritual that I'm doing on the new moon, you don't have to have a consultation for that one. But I do suggest if you need extensive work done, that you definitely do a consultation. Okay, so that's definitely going to be the best thing. So go ahead and get the consultation, and then we can talk about it. And one thing that I want to tell you guys, that when you contact me to get a reading done, I am never rushing you ever. So a lot of y'all, I can feel and I can smell that quickness in y'all voice to where y'all just like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. What are we doing? Nuh-uh. I want you guys to be relaxed. I want you guys to take it slow when we're doing these readings, because you don't have to rush. You know, a lot of people will, sometimes when people get readings done, you know, they'll want to ask a bunch of questions, which is understanding because you have a lot of questions, right? But you don't never want to rush everything at once. So I always tell people, if you're getting a 30-minute reading, then, but when you get a consultation, I tell you everything. I do a full, thorough spiritual investigation on you when I do a consultation. I don't know how other people do their consultation. I do a full reading on you. So even if you come to me and you like, well, I want some love work done, but there may be other stuff that you need to do. Like you may be, so like Chanel, you're probably, you know, she has that generational hex on her, right? So if she were to come to me and say, well, I just want some love work done, I'm going to say, no, you need to get this done first. And then especially if you need a healing, then everything else is going to fall into place, especially that generational curse, because it's a perverted spirit, Chanel, that you're dealing with. It's a very, very perverted spirit. Okay, especially if you had any kind of sexual abuse or physical abuse. Okay, believe it or not, there are some people that will physically assault children out of pleasure. I've never been that type of person. I know people personally that are like that, but I don't do that for pleasure. Okay. You know, and so it's the same thing. It's all opening you up to those energies. Every time they hurt you, every time they would do something to you as a child, those entities and spirits were embedding themselves inside of you, which is why they use sexual abuse. So, you know, they say that rape is not about sex, And they're right, but sometimes it's about an entity that wants something else. So what it'll do is it'll use sex to harm, because I don't care what anybody says. That is like knowing that I've been in that position to be molested. Like, you've got to really be a disgusting individual to harm a child and take advantage of a child like that. So, you know, and so I've dealt with people like that. Okay, and it is very perverse. And part of the reason why the church forgives men for molesting children and stuff is because it is a negative entity. Okay, it's a negative entity, definitely. Why else? I mean, because it's not just that, like, it gets very ugly. It's ugly. The whole thing when it comes to children and you know, you going through that as a child. And yeah, I do like to take my time when it comes to my readings. I don't like to rush them at all. So sometimes I will feel a little rushed by your spirits, but I always put myself in a deep meditative trance-like state prior to your readings. I don't, you know, because, and that's why I don't really have quick readings. In fact, I think I'm going to maybe possibly just cut out the 30-minute readings altogether and just make them all at least an hour. But then again, in all fairness, there are some people, they really just need a 30-minute reading. Jamila, I need you to look at my money. Okay. And I'll look at their money. And, you know, when a person is asking you about their money, they're asking you about their life. That's why they call it the livelihood. So I don't play around with people's money. I tell you the truth. When I see some stuff in your reading, I am never going to lie to you. If you're doing work and you're trying to, you know, you're trying to remove money blockages and stuff like that, and you're like, Jamila, I need for you to look at my money. And I look at it and I see the 5 of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords reversed and the Wheel of Fortune reversed and the Tower. And I mean, I would be a fraud if I didn't tell you the truth. Lying to you is gonna screw you up. I mean, why would you tell somebody why would you give somebody a fake false reading or something? That's ridiculous. So, you know, people deserve to know the truth. That's how you're able to see things coming. So I'm not going to ever come to you and say, hey, you know what? You're going to have money within an hour. And then you walk away and you don't have it. And so if you come to me and you say, well, what about this? And I can see this happening in the future, then you know that there's work that you need to do. You know? And once you do that work, whatever it is that your mind tells you, or whatever it is that the spirit guides confirm with you, because that's really what people do, is they come and they confirm things with me. So it's like a confirmation of what they were already feeling and thinking. They just needed the energy. So I give energy. I don't take energy from nobody. So that would be somebody that is being fraudulent, somebody that's taking from you. Okay, so those are the people that use this business as a hustle. Okay, they use it. It's not real to them, and then they don't. You know, like for me, I do have really tight angelic ties. I do. And I'm constantly seeing angels. Angels are constantly showing up in my videos, including the fairy angels. And I actually, hey, baby. Okay, baby. I actually had a video. I got to go, guys, because my son needs me. But I actually had a video up that actually depicted a real life. It was a real fairy that got picked up. This was when I was in Kansas. People said that a winged creature looked like dust falling. That's not what it was because it flew down at an angle. They have not shown themselves on camera ever since then. But I imagine that you guys probably during my rituals, you'll see all kind of stuff. Okay. So so that's why I always come and I show y'all my candles, and I will, you know, show you guys everything. Yes, baby. I will get you. I will get you food. I have to go. My kid is hungry. Love and light to you guys. Make sure that you go to the website. Get in on this new moon in Aquarius energy. It'll do you good. You're gonna feel refreshed. Okay, and you're gonna feel ready to face your spiritual demons because it's a start. It is. Because it can be very scary, you know, trying to figure things out spiritually because you don't know what to believe. And then also you're scared. So there's no fear over here. Fear is not allowed. We fearless over here. Okay. So I'll see y'all later. Love and light.